Johannes Gutenberg. Johannes Gutenberg was a German inventor who developed the movable type printing press in the mid-15th century. His invention revolutionized the way knowledge was shared, making books affordable and widely available for the first time. The Gutenberg Bible was among the first major works printed using this technology. The printing press accelerated the spread of ideas, fueling the Renaissance, Reformation, and scientific revolution. Gutenberg's contribution is considered one of the most important inventions in human history, paving the way for modern education, communication, and information sharing. George Washington. George Washington was a revolutionary leader and the first president of the United States. He led the American colonies to victory in the Revolutionary War against Britain and played a key role in drafting the U.S. Constitution. Washington famously refused to become a monarch, instead setting a precedent for democratic leadership and the peaceful transfer of power. His two-term presidency helped define the role of the executive branch and cemented Republican governance. Often called the father of his country, Washington's leadership deeply influenced democratic ideals worldwide. Mahatma Gandhi. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, known as Mahatma Gandhi, was a leader of India's independence movement who championed non-violent resistance, ahimsa. He led mass civil disobedience campaigns against British colonial rule, such as the Salt March and the boycott of British goods. Gandhi's strategy of peaceful protest became a global symbol of moral leadership and inspired civil rights movements around the world, including those led by Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela. Beyond politics, he advocated for simplicity, social justice, and religious harmony. He was assassinated in 1948, but his legacy lives on. Aristotle. Aristotle was a Greek philosopher, student of Plato, and tutor to Alexander the Great. He wrote extensively on logic, metaphysics, ethics, politics, biology, and more. His systematic approach to knowledge laid the groundwork for Western philosophy and science. Aristotle's concept of syllogistic logic dominated Western thought for over 1,000 years. In politics, he analyzed different forms of government and described the idea of the golden mean in ethics. His influence extended into Islamic and Christian thought and continues to be felt in modern disciplines such as logic, political theory, and science. Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar was a Roman general and statesman who played a critical role in the fall of the Roman Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire. He is famous for his military conquests, especially in Gaul, which expanded Rome's territory and boosted his popularity. After political conflict escalated, Caesar declared himself dictator for life, which alarmed the Senate and led to his assassination. His death triggered civil wars that ultimately led to the rise of Augustus as the first emperor. Caesar's reforms and leadership left a lasting mark on Roman law, governance, and Western political thought. Martin Luther. Martin Luther was a German monk, theologian, and reformer who initiated the Protestant Reformation. He opposed the Catholic Church's practices, particularly the sale of indulgences, and famously nailed his 95 Theses to the church door in Wittenberg in 1517. Luther taught that salvation comes through faith alone, not through works or church authority. He also translated the Bible into German, enabling ordinary people to read it for themselves. His reform movement led to the creation of various Protestant denominations and deeply altered the religious and political landscape of Europe. Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin was an English naturalist, best known for developing the theory of evolution by natural selection. In his seminal work on the origin of species, 1859, he proposed that species evolve over time from common ancestors, adapting to their environments through survival of the fittest. His ideas challenged religious and scientific beliefs of the time and became the foundation of modern biology. Darwin's theory revolutionized our understanding of life, genetics, and human origins, and remains a cornerstone of evolutionary science today, continuing to influence debates on science and religion. Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte was a French military leader and statesman who rose to prominence during the French Revolution and became Emperor of France. He conquered large parts of Europe and spread revolutionary ideas such as secular law, meritocracy, and nationalism. One of his lasting legacies is the Napoleonic Code, a civil law system adopted by many modern nations. Although his ambition led to widespread war and devastation, he played a key role in ending feudalism in Europe and reshaping political boundaries. His life and leadership continue to be studied as examples of military strategy and political transformation. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was a German-born physicist, best known for his theory of relativity, particularly the famous equation E=mc. His revolutionary ideas reshaped how we understand time, space, and energy. Einstein's work laid the foundation for modern physics and enabled the development of technologies such as nuclear power, GPS, and space travel. Beyond science, Einstein was a humanist and peace activist who spoke out against war and racial injustice. He received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921 and remains a symbol of genius and intellectual curiosity to this day. Karl Marx. Karl Marx was a German philosopher, economist, and revolutionary best known as the father of communism. In his landmark works, the Communist Manifesto, co-authored with Friedrich Engels, and Das Kapital, he criticized capitalism as a system that exploits the working class and called for a classless society through revolution. His ideas inspired global socialist and communist movements, including the 1917 Russian Revolution and the formation of states like the Soviet Union and China. Though controversial, Marx's theories remain foundational in the study of political science, economics, and sociology. Confucius, Confucius was a Chinese philosopher and educator who lived during the Zhou dynasty. He emphasized morality, social harmony, and just governance. His teachings, known as Confucianism, stress values like Ren, benevolence, Li, propriety, and Zhao, filial piety. Confucius thought became the foundation of Chinese bureaucracy and education for over 2,000 years, profoundly shaping Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and Vietnamese societies. Even today, Confucian values continue to influence modern East Asian ethics, education, and political thought. Siddhartha Gautama, Buddha. Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha, was the founder of Buddhism. Born as a prince in what is now Nepal, he renounced his royal life to seek spiritual enlightenment. After attaining awakening under the Bodhi tree, he taught the Four Noble Truths and the Middle Way as a path to end suffering, dukkha. His teachings emphasize compassion, mindfulness, and nonviolence. Buddhism later spread across East and Southeast Asia, influencing local cultures, philosophies, and arts. Today, millions of people around the world still follow his teachings, focusing on inner peace and liberation from the cycle of suffering. Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton was an English scientist who spearheaded the scientific revolution. He is widely known for formulating the law of universal gravitation and the three laws of motion, which laid the foundation for classical physics. In his monumental work Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica, Newton explained how the universe operates using mathematical laws. He also made major contributions to calculus, optics, and astronomy. His ideas transformed humanity's understanding of nature and paved the way for modern technology, engineering, and space exploration. Newton remains one of the most influential scientists in history. Jesus Christ. Jesus of Nazareth, also known as Jesus Christ, is the central figure of Christianity. He is believed by Christians to be the Son of God and the Messiah. His teachings on love, forgiveness, humility, and eternal salvation form the basis of Christian theology. His crucifixion and resurrection are at the heart of the Christian faith. The church that emerged from his followers became a global institution with vast influence over politics, culture, and morality. With over 2.3 billion followers today, his message has shaped the course of Western civilization and inspired countless movements for human rights and compassion. Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad was the founder of Islam and one of the most central figures in world history. Born in Mecca, he received revelations from Allah through the angel Gabriel, later compiled into the Holy Book, the Quran. Within a short period, Islam spread widely, bringing a system of values that includes social justice, equality, and Sharia law. His teachings shaped Islamic civilization across the Middle East, Asia, Africa, and Europe, influencing philosophy, science, medicine, and the arts. Today, Islam is practiced by over 1.9 billion people, making Muhammad one of the most influential figures of all time. Thank you for watching. If you find this channel helpful, please feel free to share it and leave a positive comment to support our channel's growth.